Wow, she even teleported. It's definitely a Rebecca thing.
The ruby glow surrounds the castle too, and it prevents people from leaving. Because it kills you if you do.
So
stream.
Better question. Given that there's racial and feat abilities that behave like meta magic, would you be able to treat those as meta magic for the sake of adjusting your SLAs? Or is that a case of too jank? Don't apply such weird edge cases to each other.
And it's back.
Yeah, I think I was being DDoSed by the DVD server. I went to kick a pallet, and Rebecca was on the ground, and I got the hard packet loss notification.
Got a network flood?
Yeah, and Rebecca crawled away in one direction and then teleported across to the other direction. So there was some weird things going on.
Love that.
It says I'm offline now.
Meh, was like 1 minute.
Alright. My stream manager is still showing the chat. But the stream manager says I'm offline. It's really weird. I'm not sure what happened there, but I'm blaming Rebecca.
I can still see you.
Okay, that's cool. It also says I have 0 viewers now. That really sucks. Like, it's a really weird thing here, but I feel like Rebecca DDoSed me.
Hope it can still be highlighted.
You could just restart in a moment. And you're coming through clean on my end.
Yeah, I'm not gonna restart as long as I'm on, because I want to get the whole thing in one cut. Oh, she must be nearby. Because I got a little bit of lag. I'm making sure that she's not, like, trying to do a thing. Yeah, really awkward. Oh, wait, but then... I just realized if it DCs, that means that it automatically cut my stream. Shit, I might have to... I'm just gonna continue on like this. Whatever survives, survives. That first match was like a half-hour long anyway. Or the first 2 matches, so...
Anyways, you can tell I love weird function side loading when it comes to feat structures.
Yeah.
So 0.3 matches and not even down to like 0.3 gens ever lol.
Yeah, no, isn't it creepy? Isn't it fucked up? The thing about it is that you have your spell list, and then you have an innate spell that you don't need to use a spell slot to carry. So you can carry a spell, and you could use feats to give that innate spell meta magic to increase it, and then on the side of that...
100% helping. You're keeping gens down
while
just preventing their start.
That's fair. I think that is what this build is about at this point. Is about slowing down the opening as much as possible so they can't even get a start on it. We'll see how it is. The more people I kill, the higher my MMR goes. So I might start reaching like people who are experienced with this kind of pig. We're on game number 4 right now.
In B4, Petunia gets a curse that makes him afraid to fly.
You never know. And I'm thinking about changing that character into a curse binder. Because I have so many curses. So there might be a module or two where you have to deal with a curse specialist.
Oh, hot.
Yeah. I've never done a curse specialist except as a player character, and it's underwhelming unless you do particular things. So we go in undetectable, kick the gen for more undetectable, and then I could stand up and walk away.
It doesn't mention metamagic at all. Although, I'm tempted now to staple it on, just for the sake of more metamagic options.
If you could send
I had
the
plans
text
to make y'all deal with False Hydra, but like no point now.
No.
I'll send you an SRD link.
Yeah, thank you. I'll read it and see what the deal is. Good shit. They
Because
touched
like,
the gem.
obviously.
I couldn't even tell that that was Leon. Hold on. Because somebody was in the basement just now. Shit, it's a double hook, but... I'm trying to avoid Kindred over here.
The group obtained a wish, and they wished for complete control of their minds.
Oh,
since
yeah.
they were gonna fight a Naga and they charm.
Yeah, so we have, like, mind protection. Oh, god damn it. Fung, go away.
So with False Hydra literally would have zero impact goal.
Yeah, we could actually go just scoop up all the False Hydra. Go around just eating them for XP. Naga could still give us issues. But anything with lesser firepower is like gonna be rough.
Well, yeah, minor detail of poison.
Wow, she just doesn't care. She's like, you can't do anything to me that I haven't done to myself.
Fun fact, I'm using the Farron variant because the complete arcane feat with the same name is fucking mental and absolutely not worth it.
Eh? headed for it. He's going for it.
Innate spell. Farron makes you lose 1 spell slot of equal level in exchange for hard coding it into 3 castings of that spell per day.
Yeah. Honestly, it's really good on bards. Whoops. Shit.
OMG, they actually got a general. What gods?
Yeah.
Innate spell. Complete Arcane makes you sacrifice a 9th level slot so you can freely spam a 1st level spell without costing 1st level spell slots.
Yeah, I can see where that's useful, but it basically turns a 1st level spell into a cantrip.
Here's the thing. Fucking reserve feats exist.
Yeah, where if you hold onto a spell slot, you get to use a power for a certain amount of time until you cast that spell. And you need either a specific spell.
Cantrips work in 3.
Most cantrips are just level 0 spells, but like, I don't know, they're easier to use is the only thing. Like, they're just small versions of spells. Some of them give you multiple uses, but it's rare. Most of the time, they're just really easy to pack on. And not every job.
I don't think they do. There's 0 spells which have slots.
Yeah.
They're just more accessible and have weird rulings.
Yeah, yeah.
They also don't apply to reserve feats and technically can be meta magic.
I allow them for meta magic. Like, they're the first spells that you have a chance of doing that with. Balanced landing? No. I'm gonna drop another generator here.
Oh, right, you can cast an Empowered Cure Minor. The better question is, why would you do that instead of Cure Moderate?
In
Spell
1E,
slots.
cantrips can replace a 1st level spell. 4 cantrips to 1 level 1 spell.
Interesting.
In 3.5, they're just treated as regular spells. They just are called 0 levels.
Yeah.
So you can take 8 cantrips for 2 level 1 spells.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
They are technically level 0.
At that point, you may as well, like, worry about specking into a reserve feat.
Yeah, maybe.
They're described as type of stuff you'd learn in magic school. Like dampen, dry, color, clean, etc.
Yeah. They touched my gem. Yeah, in 3.5 they're just like the lowest level of spells you can get in a class, and you usually don't get bonus spells at 0 level.
They often don't level with you either. They're just basics.
Yeah, I think it's the same case. There's no per level adjustment on cantrips.
If there's room for it in your build, reserve feats tend to have a lot more applicable room because they're closer to 5e's unlimited breadsticks cantrips, but they are scaled off of highest associated prepared capable spell slot rather than caster level.
Yeah. Piggy noises.
I hate the idea of unlimited magic. I understand the idea, but I feel it's such a bad
All right,
idea.
it's not terrible because it's very counterable. If it the reserve feat is you need access to a particular spell or type of spell or level of spell, and then while you have that spell prepared, you can use the powers of the feat, which usually give you like an ability similar to the spell that it's tied to. And then if you cast the spell, you can't use the power anymore. But also if you lose the spell, if your spell slots are removed, if the spell is eaten or drawn out of you, you lose access to the feat as well. So you need to prepare it, and you need to you need to not use part of your kit to keep using it. So it's like, it's a little balanced. I know it sounds really weird considering like you're used to first edition, you know.
At that point, it's limited by action economy. It's a whole main action to use as well.
Yeah, you have to like spend your turn doing the thing as well. So you can't do something else in the meantime.
As a spell.
Yeah, there's silence. Silent
It's a clerical spell.
Silent spell is a meta magic you could put on your spell to prepare it without verbal component.
And yeah, every spell in 1E and 2E uses verbal.
Alright. Okay, so you need silent spell and still spell. Choose a spell you know. You can now use a spell 3 times per day as a spell-like ability. If the innate spell has an XP cost, you pay the cost each time. If it has a focus, you must have it to use the spell in this manner, just like a regular innate spell. A regular spell-like ability. If the innate spell has a costly material component, you need the item worth 50 times that amount to use that as a focus. For the spell-like ability, that's expensive. Otherwise, you need no components to use the spell-like innate spell-like ability as spell-like ability.
5e is such a shit show, lol.
You must permanently assign... I know. One spell slot of the appropriate spell to the innate spell. You can't use this spell slot for anything else. Hi, Eve. That is, you can cast 1 fewer spell per day at that spell level than you could if you didn't have an innate spell, for example. Yeah. You can choose multiple times. You have to select a different spell each time. That sounds all right. And no, I would say you cannot use meta magic on the innate spell, but you can sacrifice the appropriate slot to create an innate spell with the meta magic, but it already does the thing. So never mind, no, because you need still spell. It already gives you...
5e is better than 4e lol open mouth smile.
No, it's true. So, Trey Troy, you would basically already be getting the spell with still spell and silent spell attached to it as a spell-like ability. You see this? I waited like 15 seconds to start doing anything, and I'm still on top of the game because of the videotape. Oh, I guess I know where somebody is.
Oh, so you're saying I can sacrifice a second level slot to make an innate extended vigor lesser?
No, I took it back. Like, I thought it would be alright, but it already gives you silent and still spell. So I don't think it should be innate. But I think if you spend another feat on it, then it could work. Like, you get all of the... I know it's really expensive at this point, but you get all of those things together.
Saying something is better than 4 is like saying breathing is important.
So you would get another spell on top of it. So you take Meta Magic Still, Meta Magic Silent, Meta Magic Innate Spell-like ability, and then I would have you take another feat that would gives you innate Meta Magic, so that you would choose a spell that you know that can have a Meta Magic applied to it, other than Silent, or other than Silent or Still spell. And then you
Meta
can...
Magic Extend, and then custom SLA modifier feat.
Yeah, that thing. You know what I'm talking about. And if it already exists, then go ahead and use it. But, like, that's the way I think would be good to go about that, is that you would need to take another feat and train into it a little bit.
That's the whole ass build.
Yeah, right? It's very expensive, but I think having like an innate, like, imagine if you could cast, what can you do with that? What's the most badass thing you could do? And what is it? You could do mass cure critical wounds.
I do have a 3 question regarding paladins.
Empowered as 3 times per day. Imagine being able to do that. She's really good with that flashlight. She was ready for me too. If I didn't do what she wasn't expecting me to do, she could have got away from that. You have a 3-5 question regarding paladins. Give me that question. I want to know what's
no,
on.
The most potent thing would be hard coding 3 per day persistent vigor lessers.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't have the book here, but like, what abilities do you gain at the first levels, if you recall?
You gain an aura of good. You gain I don't know if it's first level, but eventually you gain the ability to call a mount. And I think you gain the ability to turn undead. You get spells at level 4. But you do get the aura of good from the beginning, so people can use Detect Good to find you. And you get an aura of Law, I believe, so they can use Detect Law. It's really, like, I don't...
Seems oddly familiar.
Yeah, I know, it's all the same things.
Persistent is so stupid as a metamagic hectic laugh.
Persistent is nasty, but if I recall, it requires you to be a really high-level caster.
It's bad if you're using it straight. At that point, invest in permanence.
Oh, I almost had Monty in a different game, Paula. No.
Monty had a vow.
But if you have any
or
metamagic
something?
side loading, it's stupidly busted.
Metamagic can be overcome in different ways, especially like when you get to the point. Nice. When you get to the point where metamagic becomes like necessary, then you start like.
They almost drank 2 different potions together, lol.
In first edition, that carries a really heavy penalty, doesn't it? You like take fatigue from drinking potions, don't you?
Holidays get an aura of good, smite evil once per day, and detect undead once per
Oh
day.
yeah, they can detect undead and they can smite evil. That's the other thing they get. Thank you, evil. Paladins do get a heavy kit. Plus, they get heavy bonuses.
Detect evil, my fault. I'm sorry, I had a brain fart.
Yeah, detect undead, detect evil. They get to seek out evil things as an ability. And they also get high save scores, so their reflex, fortitude, and will start at a significant bonus compared to other classes. Everybody's free of their traps. I'll take the low profile across the center. I could check this gen. And then move over here where I'm less likely to be seen. Yeah, fuck. Good
Time to get
flashlight.
up.
Good luck.
It's a roll on a table. Can cause explosions, internal that causes 6d10 or other horrible things. But there's also stuff like make both potions permanent.
Oh. So there's a slight risk, but you might get something really good out of it. That sounds like I want to build an alchemist. Hello?
It's a D100 roll, yeah?
Oh, so it's hard to counter that. If you want to do that as an alchemist, you want to be really high level before you start experimenting on yourself.
And only OO is the perma game.
00. Or 100, so you roll 100 and get permanent. I'll take
100,
it.
yeah.
Well, she tried to CJ attack, but I was already, like, blinded. What the shit? Not judging.
LMFAO.
Oh, shit. Nia's still got all her hooks.
You can tell cleric is my niche when it comes to 3.5 per.
I love building clerics. And, like, just from, like, our discussions, I could see that you are a cleric specialist in a regard. Like, I've made a lot of clerics because as a GM, you just make clerics. Listen, here's the trick. Here's the trick.
You're pretty well read, yeah, lol.
Here's the trick to GMing. If you need a tough encounter, pick a deity, make a cleric. You're done. Put spells on that bitch. Use your domain powers, wreak havoc. Like, one of my favorites is the cleric of Curdlemock. Because a cleric...
There's always another evil cleric.
Yeah, there's always another cleric of evil. There's always some weird domain thing you can do. Plus, like, honestly, and here's another...
Don't forget to set up the motivation, vendetta.
Absolutely, and that vendetta would be, you're a better caster than me, die. One of my favorites, and this is something I do to people that break the game too much. I like when you break the game a little bit, but if you go overboard, I send a cleric of slumber and hunger after you, and then you'll see what's up. Give me that, give me that. Hell.
I don't want to break the game too hard. I just want an oh shit button.
Yeah, but I think if you break the game hard enough where I feel the need to punish you, then you might end up dying. So I don't want to do that exactly, although this game will carry a heavy risk of death. I'm not going to kill you in response to you breaking the game. I'm just going to make it really hard.
Punishing me hard enough to kill me? Sign me up, Mommy Tilda. Hectic laugh.
Just like... I have a fun little strategy. It's a one cleric strategy that I like to call the drop attack. It's fucking dumb. You get a cleric with improved grapple and unarmed hits and locking gauntlets. And you make them a cleric of slumber and hunger. And then give them Dimension Door somehow. And then they just, like, while falling, Dimension Door onto somebody.
The drop bear strategy?
Yeah, drop bear. While they're falling, and falling prone is a free action. Let me mind you that. So they will go up to a cliff, and they're assassin types. Jump off the cliff, Dimension Door while falling prone onto their target to deal a little bit of fall damage, and then they get them with the locking gauntlet and grapple action. Improved grapple means that they don't take an attack of opportunity, and the slumber domain takes away their penalty to AC for being prone. So they immediately can do grapple actions while laying on the ground with you in their gauntlet. And then they get multi-attack or something stupid like that. So you can do whatever on the ground. I've had one of these... one person broke the game really badly and they were a caster. So I didn't have to do it. But I made the drop cleric and locked them on the ground indefinitely. They could not get up until this character died. And then the hunger domain allows the cleric to just spawn whites to attack. And like the idea is that that cleric can create does stone to flesh to lock you in the grapple in the ground in meaty fleshy rock structures. And so
I need to double check which safe sex spells don't have secondary sex persistence. Builds rely on those.
yeah, so it's just a really funny tactic. And they just pop in, and all of a sudden you're dealing with something that you can't let go of. And they can cast spells and use smite attacks. Or not smite attacks, turn undeads and stuff. Or rebuke in this case. It's going to be rebuke, you know it is. I want to go... I forgot what gen they were on. They drop down.
Jay will probably just roll over. Look at him. He's just a squishy guy who wants to be a shopkeep. How could you punch a little guy like that?
How could you? That's so mean. You're so rude. He's just a squishy little guy. He just want to make a little money. Like, fuck off. Yeah, but like in the mid game, if you fuck with him, he's just gonna like drop a shit ton of spells on your ass with his holy vengeance. Like, there's no downside to that after a while.
Not a bunch of spells.
Or one really good spell that doesn't leave after a while.
One that's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. Love that lunge. Longest lunge in the game, but it has a serious startup. I hate opening that door, but I'm so lazy. I just picked this because it's a hard gen for them to get to. And I'll run across the map before it degens. Or not.
I can't wait for day one day to just be busy with paperwork. Tell the party to leave him alone. He needs to make sure the crown doesn't fall on its loan somehow, and just poke him with DM persistent lesser vigor and tell them to just don't die.
Just don't die. Yeah. And then they just take off. And they continuously get vigor effects. Quick and quiet on this lad. Oh, hold on.
Oh, if you need the counter, I know what it is.
The counter to what? We've been talking about a lot of bullshit.
Persistent spells.
Oh, you dispel them, obviously. There's a lot of things you could do about them. You can also counter the retrigger, I think. But I think that also depends on what is going on. I don't remember all the qualifiers on persistent spell. In Final Fantasy D20, there's a class called Green Mage, which gets persistent spell as a class skill.
No, it's a single trigger. It's just a spell, though.
Yeah, it is just a spell. I'm sure you can dispel, or remove the magic or things like that. They both got hooks left. I need to put Jake on a hook. Oh shit. Oh fuck, he's underground in the other building. Damn, I think he could have kept going, but he went back instead. He's like, I'll take the hit, let's go. He gets to the next tile for that purpose, so... No scratch marks. That's so annoying. That's alright. I have 5 generators to find and kill this person. He healed. So he must have stayed back there.
Sorry, had to talk to family. Mind repeating that theory crafting?
I don't remember what I was talking about. To take innate meta magic, I would require all the stuff to get innate spell, plus...
Oh, I mean countering persistent spells.
Oh, countering persistent spells. Well, like anti-magic fields. There's effects that remove...
That works, but is a lot.
He booped the snoot and give me his toolbox. No, sir. I have a feeling this person has a high MMR.
Yeah.
Really, there's a very simple answer that I DK if I want to tell you because it's so cheap to add to encounters.
Give him a +1 to counter vigor. Lithe.
trick is persistent spells are still spells, and DMM doesn't adjust the spell level.
Oh. I think that's factored in, like...
Which mechanics rely on spell levels?
Usually damage or 2-hit, things like that. Sometimes effective range is controlled by your level. Sometimes your level affects what the spell actually does as well. It's a lot of different things. If you're putting persistence on some of this, though, I don't see it as a problem. It's just like that's another thing you can do. If it becomes a huge problem, then a spell sword will come after your ass to like claim you as a bounty or something.